I just found the best maternity, not maternity dress on the market. Is she not cute? She's giving belly, she's giving boobie.
Yes, you look stunning, but to my wedding, you ain't coming. You would have been turned around at the door, sister. This reads as an attention-seeking moment.
Y'all are uncomfortable with women being comfortable in their skin.
And what I really need y'all to do is stop calling everybody jealous and haters for calling out poor decision making.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Selena and today we are getting into some TikTok tea. The drink of the day, just plain water, okay? We're just drinking from the fridge. Yeah, I know I always have some sort of different drink. To be honest, most of the time I drink those, it's with you guys, so water. Now grab your beverage, grab your snacks, grab whatever you need, and let me know what you prefer to eat or drink while you watch YouTube videos down below. I don't know if y'all have seen this story, but there is a debate on whether or not this lady wore an inappropriate dress to a wedding. We're going to dive into my opinion, other opinions, and creators on TikTok, and then her response to everyone's backlash.
Wedding OOTD. What rating do you guys give us? Who's eating who up? Hold on, show them, babe. Who's eating who up? I think I'm eating you up.
Where'd you get this dress from?
Naked wardrobe.
Blazer's Bilk. Shirt is Walmart. Pants are Walmart. Shoes are Kohl's. Tie is Walmart. Belt is Walmart. Socks are Walmart. Save money, live better.
Amen. Bye, y'all.
So the lady in the purple dress, her name is Diana Lively, or it's Deanna Lively, sorry. She is based in Atlanta. Right now, she has over 12,000 followers on TikTok, but the viral video sparked a lot of backlash. So what did you think about the dress? What I did notice is that she asked the audience a question: who ate who up? So she's basically saying, which outfit is better, mine or my husband's? And a lot of people are noticing her husband's look when he looks down at her dress. It seems like he's saying with his face, I don't think your dress is appropriate, where did you get this from? But he's not saying it, okay? Something I did notice is that it looks like it's kind of showing some skin in the front and the back. I feel like I've been to a lot of weddings recently just because, one, I think people my age are getting married right now. Two, I have a lot of cousins. Even if they're, I don't want to say diluted, but even if they're a cousin and they're technically not related to you, that's your cousin. Yeah, I've just been getting invited to a lot of weddings recently. Anyways, I realized for me that I don't have necessarily wedding attire. And let me explain this. I feel like compared to the guests, as I was looking around at other guests, I feel like the quality of my dress had different material, and my idea of fancy, I guess, was a sundress. And I'm calling myself out now because these are the most recent weddings I've been to. Black dress was my mother-in-law's. The second outfit is a long sleeve shirt and a skirt, and both of those were likely thrifted, to be honest. The blue dress was from Goodwill, and then the fourth blue dress was also thrifted, but it still covered everything. So even though I don't have the most expensive or fancy dresses, I'm still covered and it's still an appropriate dress for the occasion. However, I'm still learning, so I'm not saying I have the best dresses, but I feel like there's a certain etiquette that is understood when you attend a wedding. And fun fact, the second picture from the left was a wedding in the park. And you guys know I love fashion, but honestly, I've never really had a formal dress unless it was for a school dance or a funeral. And so when it comes to wedding dresses, I'm still learning, so I'm not full on judging this lady. But I also feel like there's just some etiquette that you should know, especially for events that say semi-formal. This is the attire guideline. Because the weddings I've been to, most of the time they're just like semi-formal. But sometimes when I've been to the weddings that I've been to, I did see someone in jeans, and that's like a no-no. Getting to my point, I feel like in some of these weddings that I've been to, most of the time the guests are wearing something fancy like on the nicer side. And I've noticed that sometimes they show some skin, but it's most likely a backless type of dress or showing some back, right? But purple dress lady, she has it in the front and in the back. I feel like just thinking about etiquette, right? Just pick one. You know what I mean? The other thing is the material. So, you can't be wearing just like stretchy material all the time. And I get it. She's pregnant, right? But also, if you're going to have stretchy material, at least you kind of have to cover things up, because yes, it's normal to have some cleavage, and also we've talked about, like in my Teacher Bay video, you can't help that you have nice assets and you can't help what your body looks like, but it becomes intentional if you're purposely wearing things that are accentuating and compressing your body versus a slim fit or a fit and flare situation. So I think with the purple dress, it's giving date night, sexy date night, which is great, but it's also just not appropriate. And when you're comparing it to the husbands, it's a no-brainer. Like, for one, you guys look like you're going to different events right now. It looks like from her, she's going on a sexy date night, she's on a vacation, and she's going to the beach and then getting dinner. I don't know. It just looks like that. It doesn't look like she's going to a wedding. And also, we don't know if this wedding is involving a church. So if you go to church, would you wear that to church? I don't think so. I know most churches say, come as you are, even if you wear flip-flops. But again, you don't want to have your belly button showing in church, I would assume. At the same time, you wouldn't want to have your whole back showing in church, I would assume. And I should have said, before you start, I am not hating on Ms. Lively. I am just commenting on the video, sharing my opinion. But also, it's just honestly calling it out. Ma'am, that dress was not appropriate. Also, you are a very beautiful woman. I think you look great with your baby bump. I think purple is your color, but it's just wrong outfit. That's it.
She thought she was giving this energy in that purple dress, but it was a stank, inappropriate mess. And you should know that, because why does your husband like he's going to a church banquet and you look like you're going to a yacht party, not someone's wedding? It's almost like when people see something, then they don't have any self-control. So that's like, oh, let me do it when I get pregnant. You look ridiculous. And like I said in the previous video, when are people going to get used to, I got private parts, I got boobs, when are you going to get used to your body? Just because people are not seeing it doesn't mean that it's not there. Prime example, date night. She's with her man, enjoy, still look good, still feel good. She around some kids. This is a kid-friendly event. She knows how to be fashionable, but covered up. And when you saw your man's mismatch outfit, you should have followed suit. And you're a weirdo thinking that people are like your fans saying mean things and you're trying to act like, oh, I'm still living my best life after everything. No, they're trying to help you. You really were like, no tank top, no undershirt, nothing. Girls gone wild, baby. And your man looked uncomfortable in that video, like he wanted to say something, which as your man, he should have said something. He got you out here looking like a clown. But I digress, child.
So some of these comments, there's a screenshot of her husband looking down at her outfit, and it's just implying, what are you wearing? And he can see down her cleavage, which, yeah, your husband should be interested in that if they're married to you and such. But also, I feel like it's kind of like him saying, girl, now why do you have all that out? And your belly button. Dress looks trashy. He looks like he knows the dress is a bad idea. This is interesting because I've heard a lot of people say this. You purposely chose that dress with your main character syndrome self to get attention. You tried to outshine the bride. Now everyone will be talking about your dress and not the bride.
Yes, you look stunning, but to my wedding, you ain't coming. You would have been turned around at the door, sister. This reads as an attention-seeking moment, and you not finna own it. Listen. You're not about to come to my wedding that I spent all this money on and think you're the main character in my story. It's not happening. And let me make something VVS clear. I want all of my wedding guests to look their best. I expect everybody to step, but I expect you to step in accordance to the occasion. On top of the fact, my mama here, my aunties here, his people here, this ain't the Source Awards, baby. It's a time and a place, and it's literally that simple.
Comments pass the vibe check, so I'm the only one who doesn't hate her dress. Interesting. It looks like you both are attending 2 different events. I shouldn't see your belly button at someone else's wedding. And her boobs out like, what? That's a crazy slit. He hates the dress. LMAO, as if anyone like you'd ever be invited? Aw. Husband ate and is appropriate. He's going to a wedding, she's going to a maternity photo shoot. Yeah, I see that too, and there's nothing wrong with wearing that dress for a maternity photo shoot. Definitely want to show off your bump, but just not for a wedding. Someone says that dress isn't flattering on you. I hate to say it. I disagree with that. I think she looks great. I just don't think it's right for the occasion. So going back to the main character syndrome thing, a lot of people have been saying that. I don't know what I think about that, because a lot of people are saying, purple dress lady, you dress like that for attention, you did this on purpose. And I think part of that could be true. I think there's part of her that knows she's pregnant. I believe this is her second pregnancy, and she just wants to, show off her beautiful baby bump. I think there's nothing wrong with that, but I think the deep cut in her dress and then showing her back at the same time was a choice, because she could have picked a more, I don't want to say covered up outfit, but she could have picked something that's slightly more modest.
I just found the best maternity, not maternity dress on the market. Is she not cute? She's giving belly, she's giving boobie, giving lilac. This dress is from Naked Wardrobe. She's super cute, and I just love how it accentuates my bump. It's so like, hi. This is the best maternity, not maternity dress. For me personally, anything that's labeled maternity, I don't know. Something about something labeled maternity, I don't want to wear it. I want to wear regular everyday girl clothes, but just pregnant. You know what I mean? But she's cute and she's ready to go.
Also too, a safety pin could have fixed this whole thing. I think the backless is kind of pretty, and I've seen that at weddings too. What do you guys think about that being appropriate? Maybe not a black tie wedding, but if it's semi-formal, or I don't know, they just make a lot of backless dresses, even if it's half of your back showing. Either way though, I think the main character syndrome part is the other videos you see on her profile, where she's just taking a bunch of videos at the wedding venue and taking a bunch of pictures. This might be a hot take or a controversial opinion, but I don't think people's weddings should be an opportunity to take a bunch of selfies all the time. Sometimes when you get dolled up for an event, of course you want to document it and maybe document whoever's wedding you're going to, but having several videos, several selfies, I think it becomes awkward, and it kind of shows less of an etiquette if that's all you're doing. I'm not saying she did that during the ceremony or anything, but I just think there's a time and a place for her dress, but there's also a time and a place for when you want to get pictures of yourself. If people are getting ready to get seated at the ceremony or at the reception, then I would like for you to pay attention. I think that also caused some attention on her when she was at the wedding. How do you guys feel about that? Do you take pictures if you're at a wedding or if you're at some place where you're getting dolled up at? Because I feel like if it's a dance, like a homecoming dance or a military ball, I don't know how the military ball works, but if you're taking pictures, fine. But if there's a sequence of events, like, I don't know when she was taking those pictures, but I feel like it could look awkward or disrespectful in a way if there's things going on for the folks getting married and there's someone, off to the side taking a bunch of pictures, doing a bunch of videos for their TikTok or Instagram. I would just hope that that didn't happen during important times for the wedding. And we'll get to that because there was a comment that I saw in one of her response videos. So let's dive into her response videos.
Now hold on, because y'all are talking really crazy in the comments, okay? Not y'all really trying to come for me for what I wore to a wedding. First and foremost, was the dress risque? Yes, 1000%. I wanted to show off my belly. I'm currently pregnant, but I still wanted to get a little sexy, okay? So you know what I did? I went to the bride and I said, Miss Bride, Miss Girl, are you feeling this dress? And she said, absolutely. You absolutely need to wear that to my wedding. And I said, purchase right then and there, okay? So for y'all over here talking about, oh, you can't wear that to somebody's wedding, and I gotta sign up from the bride. So just because I'll make you feel a type of way does not mean that I made her feel a type of way, okay? And for y'all in the comments talking about, oh, I was taking attention away from the bride, I don't know what cultures or what circles or what women that you're around. I could never take attention away from a bride on her wedding day. It's mission impossible, okay? People did not come fly out, put on their nice clothes to come and see me in my dress, okay? I came to celebrate a friend, but I also wanted to look cute. And cute I looked, all right? Now, if you guys are feeling the type of way because you can't pull off the dress, it's all right, okay? Get it. Not everybody can pull off that type of dress, all right? But that's between you and your therapist to dissect, not in my comment section, okay? I love you guys. Let's keep it cute. So the internet is currently trying to drag me because I wore this dress to my friend's wedding. Let's talk about it. First and foremost, I just want to say I'm not going to even go off on people in the comments about whether the dress was appropriate to a wedding or not, because What might be appropriate for you may not be appropriate for me, and vice versa. But personally, I have seen women wear the exact same dress that I was wearing to weddings. Whether it be backless, whether a lot of cleavage was showing, whether a lot of their stomach was showing, nobody has a problem with it. So that leads me to this conclusion for some of y'all in the comments. Y'all don't have an issue with the dress. Y'all have an issue with me wearing the dress. Y'all are uncomfortable with women being comfortable in their skin. You look at me and say, she doesn't deserve to feel good in what she's wearing. She's not skinny enough. Because let's be real, y'all have seen a variation of that dress on skinny women all of the time. All of the time. Y'all don't say nothing. Y'all cheering, go girl, you look good, girl, yes. But somebody who's built like me, feeling good, looking good, y'all got a problem with it. And the gag is, y'all built just like me. So let's talk about it. Don't project your stuff onto me. The bride thought I looked amazing because I looked amazing. Y'all can sit up here and go back and forth on whether or not it was appropriate for a wedding. I mean, sure, go ahead. But to say that I didn't look good, give me your phone. Give me your phone.
I just feel like if you have to ask, you already know the answer to the question. If you have to ask your friend, who is the bride, hey, is this dress okay for the wedding? Then you should know that if you had some sort of feeling about it to be questionable, it's likely inappropriate. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm feeling. And you know what? If the bride okayed it, whatever. But I do think she kind of told on herself in this video. She asked the bride allegedly if it's appropriate. And then also too, she agreed that the dress was risque. She also said that she wanted to show off her bump and feel sexy. So I think you can show off your bump and feel sexy, but it doesn't have to be showing your belly button and your back at the same time. I didn't see any comments body shaming her, and I don't think many people thought that her body was not appropriate for the dress. I think that dress fits her well, especially with her baby bump, just not appropriate for a wedding. So I feel like maybe she saw a couple comments about body shamers, and if you are doing that to her, that's disgusting. You shouldn't body shame anyone. The dress is inappropriate, but commenting on someone's bodies, we should not be doing that, especially if they're hate comments. So I do think that she kind of took that and only used that as a response. I'm not sure she took the critical feedback and absorbed that information, but she is saying, you know, you're just kind of upset because you couldn't fit in the dress like I could. Absolutely not true. And what do I have to be jealous of? To be honest, like, I would not want to be at a wedding wearing a risque dress and then my husband is looking down at me like that. You know what I mean? When I get pregnant one day, I do want to have that glow you're having, but I'm not jealous of you. The juiciest comment though that I saw under this video, it says, I was with Michael's cousin. When our table saw you, we all thought you may have been using the venue as an opportunity for a maternity photo shoot. LOL. We were waiting for you to change and you never did. I'm not gonna lie, nobody said anything to your face about it, but we all noticed, and I don't think it's worth the entire internet dragging you. But maybe take a second to reflect and take accountability, because clearly you were in the wrong. It's not that big of a deal, girl. It's really not, but you do sound a little delulu. Growth is admirable. And see, that's what I mean. Like, of course you can take videos, selfies, when you're at someone's wedding, but when it becomes a whole photo shoot and it seems like she had several videos, it just kind of looks like you're there for yourself and not to celebrate the love of the people getting married. Just from an etiquette standpoint, it goes beyond the dress. Yes, you wore the dress. Yes, it had shown your belly button, but then you taking pictures during the wedding ceremony and allegedly guests noticing that, making it seem like you're doing a maternity photo shoot, it just looks bad.
The pregnant lady that wore that purple dress with the V-cut to the wedding is the perfect example of there's a time and a place for everything. Wrong place, wrong time. And what I really need y'all to do is stop calling everybody jealous and haters for calling out poor decision making, because she looked gorgeous. She looked amazing. Fine as hell, but there's a time and a place. That was more like a maternity shoot dress, and let's all be so fucking for real, like, that was not wedding appropriate. Even her husband was in that video looking at her like, where you get that dress from? Like, he wanted her to change. That's what I felt like. This is the perfect example of it's okay to call someone out and say, hey, maybe that's not the best idea. That doesn't make you a hater. That doesn't make you jealous. It's like on my Teacher Bay video. There's so many comments on there. Some you're just jealous. You're a hater. You think that she's going to take your man. Baby, nobody can take my man. And if they can, then power to him. He ain't mine no more. He's yours. Y'all have become so terrified of calling a spade, and I'm going to call one every time when I see it. I don't care. You can call me whatever you want. Because I know that if I'm making a decision in poor taste, I want someone to call me out. I want someone to correct me. And if I don't agree with you, I don't agree with you. That's fine. But sometimes people just need a different perspective, a different point of view. Just a reminder. Like, hey, that may not be a good idea. Like, that's okay. But everybody is not a hater. Everybody is not jealous. Everybody just doesn't agree with you. And that's all right. That's okay. I promise. It's gonna be okay.
You knew it was too much if you had to ask. It's giving, how can I make this wedding about me? Who wants to be risque at a wedding? See, that's what I mean. I wanted to show off my belly. At a wedding, it's giving, how can I make this about me? I wanted to show off is the gist.
Why would you wear a lingerie dress or a date night gown to somebody's wedding? Like, you really tried to outdo the bride on her wedding day. Like, that is so selfish and tacky of you. And then you try to argue with her mom and they had to put your ass out. Is nasty work. So there's a lady on here. She got on a purple like gown dress, split all the way down to the middle to not only show her pregnancy by her new husband, but the wedding that she was going to, that was her high school sweetheart, the dude that's getting married to the new bride. So you know how some females is, they got like this Brene syndrome where it's like they be so envious and so jealous. So she wore the sex appeal dress to not only show cleavage, but to show that she's pregnant, because the two men, they played on the same football team together. So she was trying to make the bride's husband jealous and basically just to show out like what she got going on. So the bride's mom already knew what was going on, so she kind of pulled the lady to like the middle, like out of the church, like on the side of the building. So she gets to talking and she's like, this is not appropriate. Like, this is not nothing you wear to my daughter's wedding. And she's like, well, if Rihanna wore it or Kendall Jenner, if anybody else wore it, y'all would be hooting and hollering for it. It's because I'm a black woman, I'm pretty, I'm pregnant, and I'm married that y'all just can't take. Y'all, why did the lady grab the bride's mom?
I am the pregnant woman currently getting dragged on the internet for wearing this purple dress to my friend's wedding. Let's get into some things. Some of y'all might have seen this video with this man talking about how me and the groom used to be high school sweethearts and I got dragged out of the wedding. That is 1000% a lie, founded in absolutely nothing. I do not know this man. The bride and groom don't know this man, and he literally just made that up. Now, I want to reiterate that I have no issue with anybody finding the dress inappropriate. That is your opinion. I love it for you. But there were also a lot of people that saw nothing wrong with the dress, along with the bride herself. My issue began with three things. Number one, people talking about my body in the dress. I've been called Barney. I've been called Big Back. People have said that my body was disgusting, nasty. The list goes on. I take issue with that because I'm currently pregnant with my daughter, and I'm not gonna allow my platform to be a safe space for people to make negative comments about my body, period. Second issue is y'all questioning my integrity and my love for my friend. There is in no way, no universe that my $100 dress and my pregnant belly could ever outstage any bride on her wedding day. That's point blank, period. And my third and final issue is you guys trying to come for my marriage. Somehow y'all took a dress and somehow made accusations and assumptions about our marriage that are completely baseless. It's disgusting. Sharing opinions is fine. Dogpiling, bullying, and saying crazy things and making crazy assumptions about somebody based off a 40-second clip is absolutely ridiculous, and we need to do better. Ultimately, I'm tired of y'all trying to tell me who I am. I am not the purple dress lady. My name is Diana, and I am a multifaceted, multidimensional Black woman of God. I am trying to navigate being a wife, being a mom, showing up for my friends, my family, while also making sure that I pour into myself. I am no different than you. I want to thank everybody who has shown me so much love and support, the people who I know personally, who have called me, who have texted me, thank you. Literal strangers who have gone out of their way to make videos supporting me, advocating for me. And even people who disagree with me but are just like, okay, but she don't deserve all this. I appreciate you guys as well, because it makes me feel like there are still some people with an ounce of sense and an ounce of decency in this world. So with that being said, I'm ready to get back to my regularly scheduled program, because purple dress, me and purple dress, I still love the purple dress. I still got it. I still might wear it somewhere else, y'all. There's so many bigger issues in this world and in this country other than my purple dress. I love you guys. And we gonna get back to the regularly scheduled content, because I can't keep on doing this.
I hate when they ask for opinion and get mad about it. See, that's the thing too, especially when you're making TikTok videos. In Diana's case, she said, who ate who up? So it's almost like technically you did ask the audience for their opinions on your outfits. Now again, whoever's body shaming her, you're gross. Do not do that. If anything, when we're giving feedback or leaving comments, especially on the internet, I do think we need to be intentional. But also, we don't know her, we don't know her life. Yes, you have the right to say whatever you want on the internet, but also be mindful of people. Okay, we should still be respectful at least. So whoever was making comments about her body in a negative way, that's not nice. As far as body shaming, again, I don't think critiquing what you're wearing to someone's wedding necessarily translates to being jealous or body shaming. So for that part, I do feel like she's still kind of doubling down and saying, because the majority of TikTok did not like my outfit, they must be haters, they must be jealous, and they don't think I look good, and I know I look good. We're all saying you look good, Diana. You look great. You look amazing. You're glowing. You have a beautiful baby bump. It's just not the right dress for a wedding. And I don't understand what's not clicking.
What's not clicking?
But again, can't change the past. I just hope moving forward though, that you're a bit more intentional about your choices, because again, if you have to ask, then it's too risque for that event. I have a feeling your friend, the bride, was just being nice when she said that dress is okay. Or maybe she just said that dress is cute. Because we don't necessarily know if Diana was like, do you like this dress? And she's like, yeah. But that could be for a different event. Someone said, I'm not even saying it's appropriate. I just think it's interesting that the Kalogeras sisters wore almost the exact same dress and didn't get any hate. Now, I'm looking this up and let's see. See, that's too deep of a cut if you ask me. Part of the difference is that, number one, their belly button's not showing, but I do think those dresses are inappropriate because to some extent, I think having cleavage out is normal. But if we can see the skin under your bust line, that's inappropriate. So that is a double standard if people aren't critiquing what the Kalogeras sisters are wearing to that wedding. I guess this was a wedding they went to in August. So I agree with that, what the comment said. I think both dresses are inappropriate, if you ask me. You asked for people's opinion and then got mad when you didn't get the answers you were looking for. And the internet is hard. I mean, to be on here, you have to be able to take the good and the bad, to be honest. So especially if you ask a question. Nobody cares about your body. It's tacky for a wedding. No one was body shaming you. You looked great. It just wasn't appropriate for a wedding. Kendall Jenner wore something similar to a wedding and the comments were the same. Okay. I'm kind of going through her profile now and she has several videos of her like on the bench, her getting a video of her in another part of the venue. I'm like, dang. Okay, so it doesn't look like that many videos were at the wedding venue, but if that one comment is true about the other wedding guest thinking that she did a maternity photo shoot, I happen to wonder how long she was taking videos and pictures for, because that does give main character syndrome to me. Anyways, you guys, that is it for today's video. What did you think of this whole situation? Was the purple dress inappropriate for a wedding? Do you think it was fine? What did you think of Diana's response? Let me know in the comment section down below. And what would you wear to a wedding? Would you wear a backless dress? Personally, for me, I don't know if I would, but it's also because I get cold. But anyways, as always, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. If you don't, I just appreciate you being here, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!